Have you ever scrolled through Instagram and felt a pang of envy? You see someone your age, living what looks like the perfect life. They're vacationing in Dubai, carrying a Birkin bag, and dining at Michelin-star restaurants every night. It's a dazzling world of luxury, and it's hard not to feel like you're missing out. But what if I told you that this picture-perfect reality is often just a carefully constructed illusion? And what if this illusion is creating a crisis for young women all over the world? Let's be honest. We all love a bit of sparkle. It's inspiring to see people succeed. But when did admiring success turn into an obsession with a lifestyle that is completely unattainable for most? On platforms like Instagram, we're bombarded with images of opulence. It's no longer about hard-earned success. It's about the appearance of effortless wealth. Private hits, designer wardrobes, infinity pools overlooking exotic landscapes. It's a constant stream of hyper-luxury that warps our perception of what a normal, happy life looks like. For many young women, this creates immense pressure. Suddenly, your own life, your own achievements, seem dull and insignificant. You start to question your choices. Maybe that degree you're working so hard for isn't the right path. Maybe your 9-to-5 job is a dead end. The algorithm feeds you more and more of this content, and a dangerous thought begins to take root. I want that life, and I want it now. The slow, steady climb of a traditional career feels agonizingly slow compared to the instant gratification promised by the Instagram elite. This is where things start to get dark. When the desire for this lifestyle becomes an all-consuming obsession, some begin to look for shortcuts. The focus shifts from how can I build a life like that to how can I get that life as quickly as possible. This mindset opens a door to a world where everything and everyone has a price tag. Suddenly, personal values start to blur. The line between a genuine relationship and a transactional arrangement becomes incredibly thin. We see the rise of the sugar baby narrative, glamorized as a smart, modern way for a young woman to get ahead. On the surface, it's presented as an empowering choice. Date a wealthy, older partner in exchange for financial support and a taste of the high life. The arrangement is simple. You provide youth, beauty, and companionship, and in return, you get the lifestyle you've been dreaming of. It sounds like a win-win, a shortcut to the world you've been admiring on your phone screen. But is it really that simple? When you enter into a relationship where money is the primary foundation, what happens to genuine connection? What happens to love? The very essence of a romantic partnership, mutual respect, emotional support, and shared growth gets replaced by a contract. The relationship isn't built on who you are, but on what you can provide. Your looks, your age, your ability to play a certain role, these become your assets. You're no longer a partner, you're a commodity. This commodification of beauty and youth is incredibly damaging. It teaches young women that their inherent worth is tied to their physical appearance and their ability to attract a wealthy provider. It creates a transactional view of love, where affection is something to be bought and sold. The men in these arrangements often aren't looking for a life partner. They're looking for an accessory, a status symbol that reinforces their own power and success. The young woman becomes part of the luxury package, just like the expensive watch or the sports car. And what happens when the one thing you have to offer, your youth, begins to fade? In T's world, there's always someone younger, someone prettier, waiting in the wings. It's a brutal, competitive market where you are easily replaceable. The security you thought you were gaining is completely conditional. This can lead to a desperate scramble to maintain your value through expensive cosmetic procedures, creating a cycle of anxiety and insecurity. You're constantly chasing an impossible standard of perfection, terrified of the day you're no longer deemed desirable enough. This isn't just a phenomenon happening in one corner of the world. It's a global issue amplified by social media, from Asia to Europe to the Americas. The narrative is the same. Young women are being sold a fantasy, and the cost is their self-worth, their autonomy, and their chance at finding real, unconditional love. We're seeing a generation of women who are taught to measure their value not by their character, intelligence, or kindness, but by the price tag of their handbag or the zip code of their vacation. Love becomes a strategy. Dating apps aren't for finding a soulmate. They're for finding a sponsor. Conversations aren't about shared interests. They're subtle interviews to gauge financial status. Can he afford the lifestyle you want? Will he provide for you? The magic of romance dies, replaced by a cold, calculated business transaction. And the saddest part is, many women convince themselves that this is what they truly want, that this is the only path to happiness. But what kind of happiness is it? A life lived as someone else's decoration. A life where your sense of security can be revoked at any moment. A life where you're constantly looking over your shoulder, worried about being replaced. This isn't empowerment. It's a gilded cage. It's a hollow existence that looks glamorous on the outside. It is often filled with loneliness, anxiety, and a profound sense of being used. The problem isn't the desire for a comfortable life. We all want financial security. The problem is when social media convinces us that the only way to achieve it is by selling a part of ourselves. It erodes the belief that you are capable of building your own success on your own terms. It devalues hard work, ambition, and personal growth in favor of a quick and easy payout. So what's the solution? It starts with us. It starts with being critical consumers of the content we see online. When you see that perfect life on Instagram, remember that you are only seeing a highlight reel. You're not seeing the debt, the insecurity, the loneliness, or the compromises that might be happening behind the scenes. That person's reality is likely far more complex and far less glamorous than their feed would have you believe. We need to redefine what success and happiness mean to us, away from the distorted lens of social media. True wealth isn't about designer labels or five-star hotels. It's about having relationships built on trust and mutual respect. It's about finding work that gives you a sense of purpose. It's about building a life that is authentically yours, not a carbon copy of someone else's curated fantasy. It's about cultivating self-worth that comes from within, not from external validation or the approval of a wealthy partner. Let's start celebrating real life again. Let's celebrate the small victories, the hard work, the messy, imperfect journey of building a life you can be proud of. Let's champion women for their intellect, their ambition, and their resilience, not just their ability to look good in a photo. The most valuable thing you have is not your beauty or your youth. It's your mind, your heart, and your unique potential. Don't ever let anyone or any platform convince you to sell that for a fleeting taste of a life that isn't truly yours. The next time you find yourself scrolling and feeling that envy, take a step back. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. Follow people who inspire you to be better, not just to want more. Invest in yourself, in your education, your skills, your mental and emotional well-being. The most fulfilling life is the one you build for yourself, brick by brick. It might not be as glamorous as an Instagram post, but it will be real. It will be yours. And that is worth more than all the luxury in the world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that makes you...
Dear viewers, if you like our content, you can thank us by subscribing to Boost or Donatum. It will motivate us to continue our hard work. The links under the video may be inactive, so we duplicate it on the screen. Just type the address in the browser, and you will be taken to our Boost and channel.